about to drink this gallon of milk. Here we go. It's chocolate milk. Damn, this is gonna take me a while. So, if you're wondering why I have chocolate milk, currently I'm trying to bulk, but I have a high metabolism. So, I'm just trying what I can. I ate that not that long ago either. So, I'm doing what you're supposed to do when you bulk, aka eating when you're when you're already full. I just need like a little muscle mass, but Ooh, this is gonna take a while. Cause I know if I try to chug this, I might get a brain freeze. Bro, this is the dumb shit I do. Oh, excuse my language. I apologize. Oh, this sucks. Oh, here it comes. It hurts. It hurts. I'm like, what would y'all say? I'm almost halfway. Shit. Okay, should I put my phone sideways? I bet a lot more people like it that way. Anyways, there we go. Whew. Oh man, this sucks. No. Oh. I feel like my stomach is just all like liquidy. Hold on. I'm gonna show you my stomach before, and then we'll do an after. All right. This is my stomach now. I'm not even trying to do anything. Oh, this sucks. Stomach now. We have both sides. Okay. Alrighty. Let us continue. Ooh. Well, I guess while we're here, I could do story time. Oh. Ooh. We're gonna take a break. I'm gonna milk real quick. Ooh. Ooh. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. Ooh. I feel like I need a burp. I don't know if I'm constipated. Wait. Isn't constipated where like you can't poop? I don't know. So, I'm not gonna lie. I might do these more often. I don't really I'm trying to figure out what story to tell y'all. Let's see here. So there was this one time where my stomach. I'm afraid I feel like I'm about to throw up. I'm kind of scared. Mm-hmm. Oof. 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 Okay, where were we? Oh shoot, what was I trying to say? I don't remember. What was I gonna say? Did I just brain fart? I might have just brain farted. Alright. Well, anyways, I do want to do like vlogs, but I don't really do a lot in my, to me, I feel like I don't do a lot in my day-to-day basis. So what I'm thinking about doing is I'm going to vlog when I go to the gym, go play volleyball. Not a lot of people know that I do play volleyball, and some people do know, obviously. But you know, this is gonna sound very cringy, but I got into volleyball because of haiku. And for those of you that don't know what that is, it's a volleyball anime. And it was one of the very first animes that helped me get into anime, actually. My very first anime I ever watched was Soul Eater. Soul Eater is amazing. Will forever be amazing, in my opinion. But yeah, I started watching it, and then I started getting more into volleyball. Obviously, I wasn't good to start, and when I looked at other people that played it, I was like always jealous, whatever it is, whatnot. And then when I started getting into it, I used to live in Duncanville. I just brain farted. I used to live in Duncanville with my sister and well, now husband. And I lived with my other sister and other brother, so 2 sisters, 1 brother, and one of my sister's husband. And we moved there when COVID actually happened. So this was back in what, 2020? Right? 2021? I think it was 2020. I'm a bit slow. But obviously it was pretty hard for me to get into it because there's no one to play with. No one in my family was really into it as much as I was. And my family, we're all athletes. And I say that because my 4 oldest siblings, my oldest he's 37, 38. Yeah, I'm 18 currently. And so my four oldest siblings, they all did judo. And they're all pretty good at it. My oldest brother, he was a black belt, and he was the one that was the best out of all of them. And I think he got a scholarship too, or he could have. I don't remember. But he was really good. He had a black belt. And then when I was younger, I was into basketball and football. Obviously, I couldn't really do either. Middle school year, I played football. It wasn't really it wasn't really where like I belong, I guess you could say. But that's just cause, well, I'm gonna out myself right here. But when I was in middle school, 8th grade, 7th and 8th grade, I don't know how tall I was in 7th grade, but 8th grade, I was 4'11" and a half. 4'11" and a half inches. Yeah. You can already picture that, where that is. But, everyone's a late bloomer, whatever it is. Not everyone, but some people are. I was. And I enjoyed football, but I was one of the smallest kids on the football team. So obviously I got bullied in middle school. I got made fun of. Whatever it was, I mean, I didn't care. That's just middle school, Obviously, one time I did get into a fight with someone. I don't really remember. But that's just because they were saying mean things. I shoved him. He punched me. Obviously that hurt, but You know, what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. But that still didn't change me to the point to where, like, I wanted to change how I looked and felt about my body. So most of my school time, like high school, middle school, I never really worked out. The only time I did work out was when, you know, I wanted to do legs or something. So, and then, you know, sophomore year, I moved back to Allen, and it was something, you know. I had a weird phase going on. I think it was like an emo phase. Everybody has an emo phase, you know, whatever it is. But it was definitely an interesting phase for me. I don't think I'm gonna be able to drink any more of this milk. I'm lactose intolerant, guys. Oh Lord, my stomach, it hurts. But ooh, I can't touch my stomach. I feel like I'm about to explode. Ooh. Nope, 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 nope. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. Anyways, so yeah, I had a weird emo phase sophomore year, and then my sophomore year was ending. You know, it changed. Since I had so much hair during that time, I wanted to dye it, and honestly, that was a long process because I have dark brown hair, like super dark brown, or it might be black. It's probably black, which is, you know, dark, and you know, you have to keep bleaching it, whatever it is, and it just slowly keeps killing your hair. That's how dyeing your hair works. Or it just depends on what color you want to get, you know. But then, you know, I got the white color I wanted, but my hair, it wasn't really, it didn't have a lot of nutrients. But, you know, think in high school, you want to, you know, learn new things. You know, that's what it's for. You know, you're supposed to have fun. Obviously, don't get in trouble, which is, you know, hard, but you'd be surprised how many people get in trouble for dumbest reasons, aka me. But sometimes people learn from their mistakes when they actually, you know, go through it. And that's only normal. But that doesn't mean that that's the best way to take, which is what I've been told for a long time, actually. But, yeah, when I moved back to Allen as well, I didn't know we had a men's volleyball club, and so I started going there, showing up for practices. Obviously, my sophomore and junior year, I wasn't really the best. Senior year too, I still don't even think I was the best in my opinion, because you know, I only had 3 years to learn, and my senior year was the only time I got to be on varsity. But even still, then, you know, I was on the bench. You know, everyone else is taller than me. They've had more experience than me. It's whatever it is. You know, to me, I get to watch in amazement at how great my teammates are and what's to come for them. You know, like some of them have They went to colleges for that sport, you know? That just goes to show how much effort and time they put and all that hard work to get where they are now, you know? Obviously, people are born with it, while as people have to work hard for it, you know? Me, I have to work hard for it. I'm not the tallest out there. I'm 5'7", 5'8", 5'7", 5'8". I don't know. I haven't measured myself in a while. But, you know, I've had to work harder because I was essentially playing catch up, you know? And the reason why I say that is because, you know, I didn't have the best vertical. My defense was sloppy. My hitting was sloppy. My serving was sloppy. You know? And it just takes time. You know? And, you know, everything takes time. It'll always come. Everything will come to you due time. You know? You can't always force things or make things fit your image, if you know what I'm saying. Because sometimes it doesn't end the way that you want it to. And I say that because that's where I've been. But we learn, we forgive, and we move on. We don't let certain things or bad things hold us down from our present or our future. You know, that's like saying how, oh, that happened in the past, but you want to bring it up, whatever it is right now, you know, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. The past is the past. It already happened. Whatever it was, you know, and it is your decision, your mind and your body to choose if you want to sulk, grieve, you know, whatever it is, you know, even self-pity yourself, or you can use that as a moment to learn from that mistake, move on, and use that to, you know, encourage you or motivate you to do more things that you realize you can do more. I don't know if that just made sense. I just, like, not a lot of people realize that, you know, we only live once. So whatever it is, you know, shoot your shot. It doesn't matter. You know, if you're trying to talk to someone or ask somebody something, this or that, just do it, you know? It doesn't matter. You live once, you may never see them again. You know, maybe you will with all these love stories where, you know, oh, they're childhood sweethearts, but then they got broken apart and they rejoined together and now they're together. Or high school sweethearts, you know. One thing I will say is that this generation does have a hard time, you know, with commitment. And I say that because, you know, I've been used. I've been manipulated. You know, sometimes it doesn't happen to everybody, but to those that has happened to them, you know, it sucks. And, you know, when you learn that you were manipulated, this or that, or when someone wants to put their blame onto you, their issues or whatever it is, you know, that's when you need to be the bigger person and, you know, point out your mistakes, listen, tell them from what their mistakes were too. You know, if they don't want to listen or they just want to make up more excuses about what you did or whatever it was, you know, you don't always, like, those people just are self-centered. and, have a high ego or whatever it is, or you may never know what has happened to them before, and that's okay. Obviously, people have a hard time opening up about, you know, stuff from their past that was very traumatic. That's for everybody. Not everybody had a traumatic past, or whatever it was, but we choose if we let that define who we are today. You are your own person. People in your lives are there to make you happy, give you advice. It's your choice on how you want to take that advice or what they say or what they, do. It's up to you how you see yourself fit in that situation. That makes sense. And you never know what someone could be going through. Try putting yourself in their shoes. Never look down on somebody, because no one in this whole world is better than someone else. Just because someone's prettier, someone's ugly, someone's this or that, whatever it is, we are all the same species. We are all human. And, we need to work together and not against each other. And, there's so much more to come with your own life as well. And, for, I don't want to say younger audience, because I'm also young, but for those that are my age, we are still young, and we have so much more of our life ahead of us. So whatever is holding you down, or whatever it could be, you can seek God. That's what I've been doing a lot recently, and it has changed my judgment a lot. I stopped doing a lot of things and started doing more positive things. And you'll always have that moment where you're stuck, and that's okay. We have all been stuck before. Like, I used to be a twig. I might have been joking. I have worked hard to get where I am. I'm not saying that I'm successful. I'm not saying that I have money. I have this or that, There's no reason for me to flaunt what it is that I have. If I do, then it's something that I worked very hard for. That being my muscles, or volleyball stuff, or just, it could even be games. I enjoy playing games. That is my go-to thing to do when I have all the free time in the world. And, either that or being with family, friends, your loved ones. Sometimes it's okay to get hurt, but what you do after that, just make sure that it counts, and don't be held down. Lift yourself up, have others lift you up, or whatever it is. everybody goes through a hard time. And, you know, people have a hard time opening up or whatever it is. One thing I'll say is never try to keep everything to yourself, because you are just destroying yourself from the inside without realizing it. And I say that because that used to be me. But I've learned from my mistakes. I'm not saying that I still will continue to make mistakes. You know, everybody makes mistakes. We are only human. You know, it's okay to make mistakes, but it's not okay to keep repeating them. Because at first it may seem like a mistake, but once they're repeated, it may not seem like a mistake, and it'll be more likely seem like it's on purpose. And I might make more videos to, you know, to just like vlogs. I'm not gonna ask my first one, but I only want to do this because I want to share what I've learned to those younger than me, or to those older than me that, or also those that are at the same age as me that don't have the same knowledge, or just haven't learned or known about these things that I'm saying. You know, I'm not saying anybody's dumb, and I'm not saying anybody's smarter. I'm not saying I'm smart. If I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably the most laziest person you'll ever like see. Like, it's bad, but I may be lazy, but that doesn't mean that I won't strive for what I want. Like me going to the gym every day. I didn't start that. I stopped for a while and then I started again because I wanted to see progress of my body. My bicep, when I was, let's see here, sophomore year probably, I could fit my bicep with my middle finger and thumb. I can't do that anymore. That's how much time has passed for me. So I will try to make vlogs of me working out. I don't know if I'll be able to, but I'll try. And I'll try to edit my videos. I've never done this before, obviously, as you can tell. So this first one might not be edited. But, before I go, let's see my stomach. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This chocolate milk is not getting finished. I feel like exploding right now. But and with my workout videos or vlogs or whatever it is, so what I'm going to do, this is what recently I've been doing, is that I've been trying to take a picture every day of my body. And y'all probably seen those videos where, like, people take a picture every day to show how much their body has changed within a year. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. And at the end of every like workout video or whatever it is, I'm going to, you know, show my body, show how much I've done in that day or whatever it is. But thank you for watching. I'm not asking y'all to like and subscribe. You don't have to. This is just for entertainment purposes and educational purposes too, obviously. I'll try not to make stuff so serious. I'm more of a lively person, as y'all can tell. I enjoy smiling and laughing. You know, I'll do anything to make someone's day. You know, a lot of small things can make someone's day. And I hope this video makes someone's day. You know, feel free to share this with anybody that could probably make their day. I don't know. But yeah. Thank y'all for watching. And I'll probably see y'all tomorrow. Bye.